you decided to make a movie starring the actual guys instead of replacing them.
But I thought it was a great idea. I didn't get any awards for that.
Clint Eastwood will always be remembered for his iconic role in the famous The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But his life, just as the movie, has been characterized by many disappointments, including his love life.
The guy, he falls in love with a girl and he gets dumped. Yeah. And he has to tell all his troubles to the orangutan.
It takes me a long time to get to know a girl, even longer to let her know me.
Now, at 93 years old, Eastwood has finally revealed the identity of the love of his life, a secret he has kept for decades. Despite his seemingly quiet personal life, much has been happening off-screen. Join us as we delve into Clint's long-held confession revealing the love of his love. Before we dive in, let's rewind to his early journey and rise to stardom. Early life of Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood made quite an entrance into the world. Born on May 31, 1930 at St. Francis Memorial Hospital in San Francisco, he weighed a hefty 11 pounds 6 ounces, earning him the nickname Samson from the hospital staff. His parents were Ruth, née Margaret Runner, and Clinton Eastwood Sr. Ruth later changed her surname to Wood after marrying her second husband, John Belden Wood. Clint grew up with his real father's surname Eastwood, and he had a younger sister named Jean Bernhard. Eastwood's ancestry is rich and diverse with English, Irish, Scottish, and Dutch heritage. His family has deep roots in America, being the 12th generation born in North America. He is a descendant of William Bradford, one of the Mayflower passengers. Contrary to his image as a wanderer, Clint's childhood was more settled. While his father's job did require the family to move 3 times in the 1930s, they settled in Piedmont, California in 1940. This move allowed them to live comfortably in an upscale area. Their home had a swimming pool and they were members of a country club, indicating a socially active lifestyle. Both Ruth and Clinton Sr. owned cars, which was quite uncommon at the time, suggesting they were financially well off. Clint's father had a stable job as a manufacturing executive at Georgia Pacific. As Clint and Jean grew older, their mother Ruth worked as a clerical employee at IBM to help support the family. Overall, Clint Eastwood's early life was one of comfort and stability, with his family enjoying a good standard of living in California. So how did Clint climb the ladder of fame, and who is the love of his life? Keep watching to find out. Difficulties at school and poor grades. Clint Eastwood's school years were marked by challenges and rebellious moments. His academic troubles began early at Piedmont Middle School, where poor grades led to him being held back a year. He even had to attend summer classes to stay on track. In January 1945, Clint enrolled at Piedmont High School, but his stint there was brief and turbulent. By January 1946, he was expelled due to multiple violations, though the specifics of these infractions remain unclear. Rumors suggest that one incident involved Clint writing an offensive message on the athletic field scoreboard, possibly as an act of defiance against school authorities. Another report mentions him burning an effigy on school grounds. These rebellious acts, combined with other unspecified issues, led to his removal from Piedmont High School, a decision that seemed to significantly impact the future movie star. After leaving Piedmont High, Clint continued his education at Oakland Technical High School. This school was known for its diverse vocational programs, offering a more engaging environment for students with varied interests. Clint planned to graduate in January 1949, but the exact details of his graduation are still somewhat murky. Despite this, it's believed that Clint made efforts to complete his education. Insights from his classmates provide a glimpse into his high school experience. Don Kincaid humorously recalls that Clint excelled in shop class and the aviation program. Another classmate, Don Loomis, notes that Clint's focus was not solely on academics. He pursued interests that were different from those of his peers, suggesting he had a more active social life outside of school. Fritz M., a junior colleague, believes that Clint prioritized a different kind of education, one rich in experiences beyond the classroom. These recollections paint a picture of a teenage Clint Eastwood, who was likely more interested in carving out his own path than following a traditional academic route. The start of his career, first in military. Clint Eastwood's path to success was far from easy, despite his privileged upbringing. Before achieving fame on the silver screen, he took on various odd jobs to build a diverse resume. From lifeguarding and delivering newspapers to clerking at a grocery store, fighting forest fires and caddying at golf courses, Eastwood displayed a willingness to explore different avenues. In his quest for further education, Eastwood made plans to attend Seattle University in 1951. However, fate intervened when he was drafted into the U.S. Army amid the looming Korean War, eager to serve his country. Accounts of Eastwood's military service differ. While some suggest a more action-packed role, his former partner Sandra Locke claimed he spent his entire military career as a lifeguard at Fort Ord in Northern California. This portrayal paints a less dramatic picture of his time in the service, but regardless of the specifics, his military experience left a lasting impact. The discipline of military life and the bonds formed with fellow soldiers undoubtedly shaped the young man who would later become a Hollywood icon. Details surrounding Eastwood's tenure at Fort Ord remain somewhat mysterious. Reports, such as those from his friend Don Loomis, hint at possible privileges, including a romantic involvement with an officer's daughter that may have influenced his assignments. One particularly dramatic incident during his service involved Eastwood surviving a plane crash near Point Reyes after the aircraft ran out of fuel during a return trip from Seattle. He and the pilot showed remarkable courage and resourcefulness, swimming 2 kilometers to safety using a life raft. Eastwood completed his military duty in February 1953. While certain aspects of his time at Fort Ord are debated, his military experience undoubtedly instilled crucial qualities that would serve him well in Hollywood: discipline, resilience, and perhaps a touch of luck, all contributing to his eventual success in the entertainment industry. Now, let's find out how Clint Eastwood got into Hollywood and rose to fame. Beginning of Hollywood career. The details surrounding Clint Eastwood's initial breakthrough in Hollywood remain a subject of debate. According to a CBS press release tied to the TV show Rawhide, Eastwood's entry into showbiz allegedly began with a stroke of luck at Fort Ord, his military base. As the story goes, a production crew from Universal International Studios noticed Eastwood's demeanor and invited him to meet a director, which sparked his journey into acting. However, authorized biographer Patrick McGilligan has raised doubts about the accuracy of this account, suggesting uncertainty regarding the true catalyst for Eastwood's Hollywood connection. An alternative perspective from Eastwood's official biography credits Chuck Hill, a former acquaintance from Fort Ord who had industry ties, with launching Eastwood's Hollywood career. Following their military service, Hill facilitated Eastwood's introduction to Universal Studios in Los Angeles. It was Hill who introduced Eastwood to cameraman Irving Glassberg, a pivotal encounter that led to Eastwood's screen test and subsequent contracts. Glassberg's assistance proved instrumental in shaping Eastwood's early career trajectory. Eastwood's audition with Arthur Lubin, a producer at Universal Studios, was a critical moment. Lubin was initially struck by Eastwood's imposing physical presence. He stood at 6 feet 4 inches, but was less impressed with his acting abilities, noting his raw and inexperienced demeanor. Despite these reservations, Lubin recognized potential in Eastwood and advised him to hone his skills through theater workshops. Eventually, Lubin took a chance on Eastwood, offering him his first contract with Universal Studios in April 1954, albeit with a modest salary of $100 per week. The beginning of Eastwood's on-screen journey was marked by challenges. His early performances were criticized for stiffness and perceived unprofessionalism, possibly due to nerves. His distinctive delivery style, characterized by speaking through clenched teeth, initially drew mixed reviews but would later become iconic. Lubin's gamble on Eastwood's innate talent ultimately paid off. With dedication and expertise, Eastwood overcame these initial obstacles, evolving into a captivating presence on screen and solidifying his status as a Hollywood legend. Clint Eastwood's initial foray into Hollywood acting was a challenging journey marked by persistence and gradual progress. His first major setback came in May 1954, when he auditioned for 6 Bridges to Cross under director Joseph Pevney, only to be turned down, a scenario that would repeat itself in his early attempts. However, Eastwood's perseverance eventually paid off when director Jack Arnold offered him a minor role in Revenge of the Creature, 1955, a sequel to the popular Creature from the Black Lagoon, marking his official debut on the silver screen, albeit in a small capacity. Throughout 1954, Eastwood tirelessly pursued opportunities in the film industry. He secured a brief stint on Arthur Lubin's Lady Godiva of Coventry in September and gained recognition as Jonesy, a sailor in Francis in the Navy, released in February 1955. Another early appearance, though uncredited, was as a squadron pilot in Jack Arnold's Tarantula. These roles, although minor, provided invaluable on-set experience and helped Eastwood establish a foothold in Hollywood. He was steadily building his resume, refining his craft, and patiently waiting for his breakthrough moment. Eastwood continued to navigate Hollywood with determination. In May 1955, he made a brief appearance in the film Never Say Goodbye. He also made his first venture into westerns, albeit without credit, playing a ranch hand in Lawman, also known as Star in the Dust, released in August. This early entry into the genre that would later define much of his career proved to be a significant milestone, paving the way for future opportunities. Beginning of his TV career. As Clint Eastwood remained dedicated to pursuing a career in movies, he also seized opportunities in television. On July 2, 1955, he marked a milestone by making his first credited television appearance on NBC's Allen in Movieland. This variety show, hosted by comedy legend Steve Allen and featuring actor Tony Curtis and swing icon Benny Goodman, showcased Eastwood's burgeoning screen presence. His cameo reflected his growing confidence in front of the camera and marked a significant step in honing his craft and delivering compelling performances. Initial career woes and disappointments. Despite achieving some success, Clint Eastwood faced setbacks in his career. A significant blow came when Universal Studios decided to terminate his contract on October 23, 1955. While this could have been disheartening, Eastwood saw it as a pivotal moment for growth. Undeterred, he resolved to leverage the experience gained during his early years in Hollywood to explore new opportunities, marking the beginning of a transformative phase in his career. Following his departure from Universal, Eastwood found himself back at square one. Determined not to abandon his Hollywood aspirations, he sought better representation and signed with the Marsh Agency. This move proved beneficial, as Arthur Lubin, who had initially recognized Eastwood's talent, continued to support him. Eastwood's breakthrough came with significant roles in Lubin's films: The First Traveling Saleslady, 1956, and Escapade in Japan, 1957. However, the absence of a long-term studio contract meant financial instability remained a concern. Resourceful as ever, Eastwood heeded the advice of his financial advisor, Irving Leonard, and changed talent agencies twice. He joined the Kuman Olenek Agency in 1956 and later moved to Mitchell Gertz in 1957. Though a major breakthrough still eluded him, these agencies facilitated minor television roles that showcased his versatility. He portrayed diverse characters such as an intense Army colonel in an episode of ABC's Reader's Digest series and a menacing motorcycle gang member on Highway Patrol. Throughout 1957, Eastwood continued to expand his repertoire. He played a West Point cadet in the Anonymous series and took on the role of a desperate gold prospector in the drama series Death Valley Days. Despite the modest nature of these roles, they allowed Eastwood to refine his acting skills and maintain a presence in Hollywood. Throughout these challenges, Eastwood remained resolute in his determination to succeed. He diligently built his portfolio, patiently awaiting the right opportunity to propel him into stardom and establish his legacy in the entertainment industry. Breakthrough in the film industry. The year 1958 marked a pivotal turning point in Clint Eastwood's career, presenting him with a range of new acting opportunities that would shape his future. He continued his television work, appearing in an episode of Navy Log where he once again donned a Navy uniform. Early in 1959, Eastwood made a significant guest appearance on the popular series Maverick, starring alongside James Garner. In this role as Red Hartigan, a scheming character driven by greed, Eastwood showcased his ability to portray complex antagonists, a skill that would later become synonymous with his iconic roles. While television provided a steady stream of work, Eastwood's true ambition lay in the realm of feature films. He made brief appearances such as playing an aviator in the war film Lafayette Escadrille, 1958, and landing a prominent role in the western Ambush at Cimarron Pass, 1958, which he later admitted was a low point in his career. Despite these setbacks, Eastwood remained determined to refine his craft, taking on diverse roles that highlighted his versatility and commitment to his artistry. However, Eastwood's breakthrough moment came when CBS cast him as Rowdy Yates in the new hour-long Western series Rawhide. Initially hesitant about playing a character he felt was too young and awkward for his age, nearly 30 at the time, Eastwood eventually embraced the opportunity. Filming commenced in the intense Arizona heat during the summer of 1958, and the risk paid off handsomely. Within just 3 weeks of its premiere, Rawhide soared into the top 20 television ratings, quickly becoming a viewer favorite. Although Emmy nominations were rare in those days, the series achieved significant popularity, peaking at number 6 in ratings from October 1960 to April 1961. For several years, Rawhide dominated television screens, solidifying Eastwood's status as a television star and laying the groundwork for his eventual transition to leading roles on the big screen. Eastwood's tenure on Rawhide from 1959 to 1965 exemplified endurance and dedication. The demanding schedule required him to work long hours, often 6 days a week, with average days lasting up to 12 hours on set. This period not only honed Eastwood's acting skills, but also provided him with invaluable experience and exposure that would prove instrumental in his future career as a renowned actor and filmmaker. Amidst his career breakthrough, Eastwood seems to not have triumphed in his relationships and love life. So who did he confess to be the love of his life? Keep watching to find out. Criticisms and decline in Rawhide. Despite Clint Eastwood's dedication, some filmmakers continued to criticize him for what they perceived as a lack of effort. The demanding pace of his work on Rawhide, coupled with a sense of creative stagnation, began to have a negative impact. By late 1963, the once exciting and innovative scripts of Rawhide had become repetitive, leading to a decline in viewership and ultimately resulting in the show's cancellation midway through the 1965 to 1966 season. While Rawhide didn't afford Eastwood complete creative freedom, it served as a crucial platform for him to develop his acting skills and gain widespread popularity. Interestingly, Eastwood harbored ambitions beyond acting during this period. He expressed a desire to transition into directing and even took the initiative to direct several episodes of trailers for Rawhide. However, his efforts to persuade producers to allow him to direct a full episode of the show were unsuccessful. Clint Eastwood as a director. Clint Eastwood has forged a lasting legacy through his influential presence on TV screens and his remarkable achievements behind the camera as a director. Since his debut with the thriller Play Misty for Me, Eastwood has directed nearly 30 films, spanning genres such as westerns, action, musicals, and profound dramas. His directorial style is celebrated for its efficiency and emphasis on visual storytelling. Eastwood is renowned for his minimalist approach, often favoring visuals over dialogue to convey deep character emotions and motivations. His characters are famously nuanced and portrayed with subtle gestures and expressions that speak volumes. a trademark technique praised for its understated power. Eastwood's upcoming project, Juror Num 2, marks what is anticipated to be his final directorial effort. This courtroom drama, penned by screenwriter Jonathan Abrams and produced by Eastwood himself, boasts a star-studded cast including Nicholas Hoult, Toni Collette, Zoe Dutch, and Kiefer Sutherland. Initially scheduled to start filming in June 2023, production faced delays due to a strike by the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA. However, filming resumed in November 2023, heightening anticipation for Eastwood's concluding chapter behind the camera. Financial gains and success for Clint Eastwood. The financial rewards for Eastwood's commitment to Rawhide were significant. During the first season of the show, he was paid only $750 per episode. By the time of cancellation, his worth had skyrocketed, with a huge severance payout of $119,000 per episode, a testament to his rising star power in Hollywood. While the long hours and creative constraints may have been unpleasant at times, Rawhide served as a springboard for Eastwood's future success, driving him into a flourishing film career and finally the director's chair he so desired. Clint Eastwood's television growth and success increased his star power, allowing him to earn larger film roles. The 1968 film Hang 'em High, an American revisionist Western, marked a watershed moment. Clint Eastwood starred in this gritty thriller, which also included great actors Inger Stevens, Pat Hingle, and Dennis Hopper. He portrayed a man seeking vengeance after being lynched by vigilantes and left for dead. Eastwood's portrayal of a shattered anti-hero won moviegoers, solidifying reputation as a tough protagonist. The popularity of Hang 'em High resulted in considerable financial benefits for Clint Eastwood. He received $400,000 pay, as well as a 25% cut of the film's net box office earnings. This financial rewards, combined with the proceeds from his breakout part in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, allowed Eastwood to have more control over his career. With the assistance of his trusty advisor, Irving Leonard, Eastwood founded his own production firm called Malpaso Productions, Clint's passion for music. Clint Eastwood has a deep passion for music, with a particular affinity for jazz, bebop, blues, country, western, and classical genres. His musical journey began early, as he developed skills as a boogie-woogie pianist and initially aimed for a music theory degree after high school. In 1959, Eastwood produced the album Cowboy Favorites on the Cameo label, featuring classics like Bob Wills's San Antonio Rose and Cole Porter's Don't Fence Me In. Despite efforts to promote the album through touring, it did not achieve commercial success. Throughout breaks from filming Rawhide, Eastwood, along with Paul Breingar and sometimes Sheb Wooley, toured rodeos, state fairs, and festivals with their act, earning substantial sums per performance. Despite being told by a producer in 1963 that he wouldn't make it big as a singer, Eastwood's love for music persisted. His influence has extended to his son, Kyle, a professional jazz bassist and composer. An avid audiophile, Eastwood owns an extensive collection of LPs and favors a Rockport turntable for playing them. His musical inspirations include saxophonist Charlie Parker and Lester Young, pianist Thelonious Monk, Oscar Peterson, Dave Brubeck and Fats Waller, and Delta bluesman Robert Johnson. Eastwood's involvement in music extends to his imprint, Malpaso Records, under Warner Brothers Records. Malpaso Records has released the scores for all of Eastwood's films since The Bridges of Madison County and produced the album Eastwood After Hours Live at Carnegie Hall, featuring a 1996 jazz concert hosted by Eastwood. He has composed film scores for several acclaimed movies, including Mystic River, $1 Million Baby, Flags of Our Fathers, Changeling, Hereafter, and J. Edgar, as well as contributing original piano compositions for In the Line of Fire. His musical contributions have garnered recognition, including Golden Globe and Satellite Award nominations. In recognition of his musical contributions, Eastwood received an honorary Doctor of Music degree from Berklee College of Music at the Monterey Jazz Festival in 2007, an honor he holds dear. His influence on music and film led to the renaming of the scoring stage at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank to the Eastwood Scoring Stage in the 1990s. Asides Hollywood and music, did Clint try other career paths? Let's find out. Clint Eastwood political ambition. Clint Eastwood ventured into public politics surprisingly in 1986, winning the nonpartisan mayoral election in Carmel by the Sea, California, a small town known for its artistic community and scenic coastal beauty. Leading a town of just 4,000 residents, Eastwood's tenure as mayor lasted 2 years and showcased unexpected diversity. He championed the interests of local businesses, recognizing their vital role in the town's economy. Simultaneously, Eastwood demonstrated a strong commitment to environmental conservation, advocating for the preservation of Carmel's natural splendor. His achievements during this period underscored his adeptness at balancing these dual priorities. Beyond local governance, Eastwood's involvement extended to broader political arenas. In 2001, he was appointed to the California State Park and Recreation Commission by Governor Gray Davis, highlighting his ongoing interest in environmental issues and state parks. Eastwood's political affiliations have not fit neatly into conventional categories. While he endorsed Republican Mitt Romney in the 2012 presidential election and delivered a memorable and controversial speech at the Republican National Convention that year, his viewpoints on social issues have often defied easy classification. At the 25th anniversary celebration of his film Unforgiven at the Cannes Film Festival in 2017, Eastwood seized the opportunity to express his views on political correctness, a topic close to his heart. Reflecting on his earlier work, particularly Dirty Harry, Eastwood noted how the film challenged societal norms upon its release and was subsequently criticized as politically incorrect. He voiced strong opposition to the constraints imposed by political correctness, arguing that it stifled creativity and humor, and deprived society of the ability to engage in self-reflection and healthy discourse. Despite his outspoken views on societal issues, Eastwood has maintained a private personal life, keeping details about his relationships and family out of the public eye. Relationship escapades and shocking confession of Clint Eastwood about the love of his life. Clint Eastwood's personal life and relationships have fascinated the public for decades. He has been involved in multiple romances and fathered 8 children with 6 different women, although the exact number has been subject to conflicting reports. Biographer Patrick McGilligan has underscored the mystery surrounding Eastwood's family life, even suggesting the possibility of a child from his high school years. In December 1953, Eastwood married Margaret Neville Johnson, whom he met on a blind date. Despite their marriage, Eastwood's life took unexpected turns. Their daughter Lori was born in 1954, but she was eventually adopted by another family, a fact Eastwood tried to keep private despite several attempts. Another significant relationship began in 1959 when Eastwood embarked on a long-term romance with stuntwoman Roxanne Tunis, lasting until 1973. During this period, their daughter Kimber was born in 1964. Interestingly, despite ending their romantic involvement, Eastwood maintained a strong connection with Tunis until her death in 2023, highlighting his ability to sustain positive relationships beyond romantic entanglements. Margaret Neville Johnson was known for her patience and tolerance, likely influenced by her upbringing. However, even for such a tolerant person, there are limits, especially when faced with her husband's infidelity issues. During their marriage, Eastwood and Johnson welcomed 2 children, Kyle in 1968 and Allison in 1972. However, their marriage unraveled in 1975. Eastwood continued his pattern of infidelity, entering a cohabitation arrangement with actress-director Sandra Locke, who was also married to Gordon Lee Anderson. Locke claimed Eastwood had promised monogamy, but their relationship ended in 1989, coinciding with Eastwood's divorce from Johnson in 1984 after a separation of 9 years. Eastwood's unconventional approach to relationships continued post-divorce. He fathered 2 children, Scott in 1986 and Catherine in 1988, with flight attendant Jaslyn Reeves. Following his split from Locke, legal disputes arose, including palimony claims and fraud allegations, resulting in a settlement. Since 2014, Eastwood has been frequently seen with restaurant hostess Christina Sandera, although neither has confirmed their relationship publicly. Throughout his life, Eastwood has maintained a guarded approach to his personal affairs, with his spokespersons, managers, and press agents consistently declining to comment on his private life. Despite his tumultuous romantic history and public scrutiny, Eastwood remains a beloved figure admired for his talent and contributions to film. His revelations about Roxanne Tunis as the significant love in his life have surprised many fans, challenging their assumptions about his personal relationships. Despite his challenges with fidelity, Eastwood's charisma and talent have continued to earn him enduring admiration from fans worldwide. Clint Eastwood's legacy and achievements. Clint Eastwood has left an indelible mark on both the film industry and politics, receiving numerous accolades throughout his illustrious career. His prowess in filmmaking has been celebrated with multiple Academy Awards, particularly for his directing achievements. He clinched both the Best Director and Best Picture Oscars for his iconic Western Unforgiven in 1992 and the poignant sports drama $1 Million Baby in 2004. These wins solidified his reputation as a versatile storyteller capable of crafting compelling narratives across various genres. Eastwood's directorial ventures extend beyond acting roles, demonstrating his dedication to storytelling over personal prominence. He has helmed acclaimed films such as the gripping mystery Mystic River, 2003, and the poignant war thriller Letters from Iwo Jima, 2006, each earning him Academy Award nominations. His diverse directorial portfolio includes biographical dramas like Changeling, 2008, and Invictus, 2009, which delve into tales of resilience and human spirit. Recent years have seen him direct impactful films such as American Sniper, 2014, Sully, 2016, and Richard Jewell, 2019, showcasing his ability to depict real-life events with historical accuracy and dramatic flair. Eastwood's accolades include a notable collection of awards, with 4 Academy Awards and 4 Golden Globe Awards, highlighting his esteemed career. His influence transcends borders, as evidenced by his 3 César Awards from France, underscoring his international acclaim. The American Film Institute honored him with its Life Achievement Award, recognizing his profound impact on American cinema. Additionally, the Venice Film Festival awarded him the prestigious Golden Lion Award in 2000, a testament to his enduring legacy in filmmaking. France bestowed upon him 2 of its highest civilian honors, Commander of the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres in 1994, and the esteemed Legion of Honor in 2007, underscoring his global stature in the arts. Are you a fan of Clint? What do you think about his confession? Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. You can also tap on the link that pops up on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.